What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Pro Wrestling Society Podcast. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the latest episode of Lucha Underground Season 4, the last one, the Ultima Lucha Quattro, and just going to give my thoughts on it. I thought it was somewhat good, but somewhat bad at the same time because it just felt so rushed. Like first part of it, episode 21 was bad. Didn't really care about it. Um, Second one, part 2, was a little bit better. But still, I was a little bit upset that um, that Mil Muertes and the Mac went up against each other in like a death match, and it wasn't really I wasn't really feeling it that much. Like it just felt like um, wasn't really that exciting. Like uh, like the death match that Mil Muertes and King Cuerno had in like I think season 3 or maybe I'm not sure. Um, or maybe 2. I don't know, but yeah, the point is it wasn't that exciting, and I did like how they brought in the axe, so it made it look like King Cuerno. Sorry, Mil Muertes was gonna kill the Mac with that axe, but that didn't happen. I did not like how nobody ever got to use it. It's like they tried to use it, they try to cut each other down with it, but you know, it was obvious that they're gonna stop each other, and it just it was just boring, kind of like it was obvious that they weren't really gonna use it, but it would have been better if Mill or the Mac could have at least like cut someone's head open with the axe, like they do with knives and stuff. Then that would have been it would have been bloodier. But I didn't like how the Mac won. I mean, the Mac of all people, why would you have him win that match? Like there is just no way that the Mac can compete with Mil Muertes. Like there's really just no way. The Mac is nowhere near his level. Like he's more of like a kind of mid card kind of guy. Um, to me, at least. So I was pretty upset at that. I was pretty upset that the Mac won, that match, and especially with these generic Stone Cold stunners, that didn't really impress me at all. He's just copying off of Stone Cold. Like, I mean, I respect Stone Cold, but it's like I want to see something. I like Stone Cold. I'm a huge fan of Stone Cold, but I want to see something different. Like I said. Um, so yeah, he won the match, and I don't know if Mil Muertes died or whatnot, but he's out of the picture. So Yeah. Who's next? Johnny Mundo versus Matanza. That match was let's say it was interesting to say the least. I I didn't like um well actually I liked how Johnny had the gauntlet. Um so that made things more interesting, and we all knew that Matanza had a size advantage. So there was just no way that Johnny was going to beat him by himself with anything, without any, weapons or whatever. Maybe even with weapons, like that was just it just wasn't going to happen. So Tanza was too powerful. So Johnny resorted to having the gauntlet that uh, that Aerostar gave him. And I think Aerostar predicted that he was going to die if he tried fighting him by himself. So he gave him the gauntlet just momentarily. Um, So it was pretty interesting. Then it was interesting how Matanza managed to pull off the gauntlet from his arm after he realized that he had it. So Matanza smartened up, and um, but then Johnny Mundo in return smartened up too, and he tried like making feigning him, making him think that he was going to come out of the other side of the ring under the ring, only to pretty much stall him and get to the gauntlet. But just as he was going to get it on, Matanza comes in and knocks him over and throws the gauntlet on on one of the roof things. So it was pretty interesting. It's pretty exciting seeing that happen. And then Matanza slams him on top of the roof thingy. I don't know what it's called, platform. And Matanza thinks that he won, only for Johnny Mundo to open up the doors and basically show that he managed to put on Gauntlet. And then they wrestle, and Johnny Mundo beats him. Um, but for some reason, I don't know why Antonio Cueto didn't allow his son to be sacrificed. I don't know. Um, so they just left it at that. And um, now we're moving on to the Pentagon Dark um, versus what's his name, Marty the Moth. That was kind of garbage, to say the least. I'm just being honest. Like I wasn't really. I like okay. The only thing I liked about it was how it was violent and bloody and whatnot. I didn't like how there just wasn't really anything to it. Um, like the first one, you know, really wasn't anything to it. anything of substance like the first one. I didn't like how at the end when Pentagon wins the title, they do this title change with Jake Strong, whatever his name is, and then he breaks Pentagon's ankle, and yeah, wins the title. So that was bullcrap. And it's like, what? Like how Jake Strong of all people, like it just doesn't, it just doesn't make sense. And like, and what happened to Cage? Like where's Cage at? Like we haven't seen him in a long time. So seems like they just replaced him with Cage. I think Cage is probably supposed to be the one to side with Antonio Cueto. And then at the end of it all, like it just felt like it's just felt so rushed and half baked and thrown together, like trying to trying to come up with these um, with these trashy kind of endings, storylines, or whatever. It just too many things were happening at once when they should have happened like a long time ago. Um, like like Vampiro gets a new master, which to me doesn't make any sense because why would he get a new master, like for what? And I think they're just overdoing the master thing, um, and to a point where it's gotten old. I think it should have ended with Vampiro beating up Pentagon Dark or something like that. Um, and it just left it at that, just out of revenge. Should have kept it that way. Um, and then Black Lotus kills Matanza. It just felt so rushed. Um, and Jake Strong breaks Dragon Azteca's leg, and then he gets then he gets the gauntlet back, and then Taya, which actually I actually like the scene where Taya um, chokes Johnny Mundo out, okay, because he some about a god possessing her or whatever, and and the world's coming to an end, I think. So I hope Johnny died. Like honestly, like hope he died. Which is probably another good thing I liked about the episode. So it can't be too bad. But I didn't like how Johnny Mundo gave back the gauntlet to Aerostar. Like why would you do that? But I guess he realized that he didn't want to lose his soul, so might as well give it back to him. Um, because he still wanted to be with Taya. So, um, what else? pretty much. Um, then oh, and then Aerostar brings back Dario Cueto from the dead, which is doesn't make sense to me because like why would he do that? Um, it just nothing makes sense. Like um, it's like it's all over the place. Like it, it doesn't make sense. Like okay, so Katrina supposedly, like they're flipping back and forth. Like Katrina supposedly dies, but her evil spirit somehow gets fused together with Phoenix's, and then he becomes like evil himself, corrupted. And I kind of liked that part. I kind of liked that, but I didn't like it. So because it just felt like they're just bringing zombies back to life for like no reason other than just to do it. Like, and it just seems so unbelievable. You just can't believe it. Um, so yeah. Um, I did like how they made Pentagon Dark the champion for like the whole season, almost the whole season. Although I do think that other people should have gotten the title instead of people like Marty the Moth and Jake Strong. So I hope they don't bring back season 5. I hope they just keep it like this. Just end the show because it's just gonna get worse and worse. Like they've already butchered it enough. So I hope they just not make another season because they're killing the show. And I don't know how much longer I can watch this. So that's all I have to say. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel. Um, I'll see you later.